welcome back to my series, Coffee with Vivian. I really thank you for joining me, and on my last episode, we discussed all the process involved in submitting an offer on an agreement of purchase and sale for a buyer to purchase a property. Today, we're discussing the offer presentation and the negotiation process. So first, when one presents an offer, it could either be presented in person, in hard copy, or it could be sent via email. Now, you need to know that in the marketplace, in recent months and this past year, there have been multiple offers. What does that mean? That means that there is very high demand and low inventory, not a lot of products. So a lot of buyers are vying for one particular property, and it creates a lot of excitement and a lot of offers. That has not been happening that much right now. It really depends on the supply and the demand. But that goes without saying that you should always be pre-approved for a mortgage when you do your home search. And at this point, for sure, you have to know your number limitation. I did discuss that on a previous episode when I discussed mortgages and getting mortgage approval and how important that is. The negotiation process. There are several scenarios that happen. The buyer and the buyer's agent puts together the offer, which I discussed on my last episode, and it is presented to the seller and the seller's agent by email or in person as discussed. So what can happen? Either the offer is accepted as is, no changes. That would be really nice, but that doesn't happen that often. Most times, I would say, there's a counteroffer. The seller does not like the number. The seller does not like the deposit, perhaps. The seller maybe doesn't like the closing date. There are also conditions of financing, how long the financing should be up in abeyance, home inspection, and status certificate approval. So these are some of the major features that are discussed, negotiated, and timelines for those particular conditions in particular. So the counteroffer goes back to the buyer and the buyer's agent. They review all of these key points and also things that are included, not included. That gets also played around back and forth. The offer then can either, the buyer decides to strike out the number or accept the number that the seller has changed for the purchase price or the deposit or any of these things. So these counter offers can go back and forth several times over, but eventually and hopefully this offer will be accepted. Both sides will be equally happy with all the points. It's a stressful time. It's a very stressful time. However, it's exciting. It's in motion. As they say, the ball is in play. And ultimately, a result, a good, positive, and happy result should take place. There is the occasional time that an offer is completely rejected by one side or the other. Nobody is going to give in on any of these points, and it doesn't work. The offer then will expire. It's past the date of the living nature of this particular contract, and the deal is dead. To summarize, if the offer is accepted, the buyer usually has 2 to 3 visits prior to closing to bring his or her family, to bring in painters and contractors to do measurements. That is always permitted until closing. The real estate agent is not involved on the day of closing, except maybe just to be there to deliver some food, to be there to give some cheer to their client, to show up with maybe a pizza because they're hungry. Moving day is really hard. But they're not involved in the deal. The lawyers get involved in the closing of both sides. So that's all for now. And if you enjoy this video, please like it, share it with friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and check out my website, viviansharon.com, where you'll get lots and lots of free downloadable material, such as this buyer's guide. which gives you everything really you need to know if you're thinking of buying a property. So I look forward to speaking to you and talking to you about my next episode, which is about all the paperwork and all the study and all the training that we as real estate professionals need to go through to be top of the game, to be right in there, and to be great for our clients. So see you again soon, and bye for now. Oh hey, this is Vivian. Thanks for watching, and if you like my videos, please subscribe. And if you want to see more, click here. Bye for now.